Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to Drake University and to the Shivers Center here at Drake University, where we get the opportunity to make a lot of wonderful announcements, and that's what we're doing today. So really appreciate all of you being here, and particularly appreciate our elected officials who are here. We've got a couple of members of our city council, Connie Boson and Bill Gray. Thank you both for being here very much. I just saw Angela Connolly walk in, and our Board of Supervisors, thank you for being here, Angela. We've got many, many members of the business community, many other organizations that are critically important to Drake University, to Des Moines Public Schools. We thank you all for being here. I also want to acknowledge we've got members of our Board of Trustees here. Our Board Chair, Peggy Fisher, Paul Schickler, Doug Bruce. Where are you, Doug? I saw you a moment ago. Doug Bruce and Susie Burt. So thank you all for being here. Really appreciate your support. This is a great day to announce an incredibly important project, one that I've been saying to a few of you we frankly should have thought about doing many, many years ago. I'm going to leave the details of that announcement to Dr. Tom Ahart, because I think it's appropriate that he shares those details with you. But I just want to offer a few framing comments before I turn the podium over to Dr. Ahart. Some of you might have heard me tell this story before. You know, I was invited to come interview for the presidency of Drake University in December of 2014. And I arrived on a Sunday at the airport, was picked up in a car, and then driven from there to the downtown Marriott. And just imagine making that trip as a first-time visitor to Des Moines, Iowa. You come down the hill, and you've got Grays Lake there on the right-hand side. Today, we also have the Waterworks Pavilion on the left. It wasn't in existence then. As you come into downtown, you've got the Western Gateway, and then you hit the Papa John Sculpture Garden, and then you hit the Des Moines Public Library before you get to the Marriott, and of course you're looking up Locust Avenue to the state capitol. And I was impressed right away by the fact that clearly things get done in Des Moines, Iowa. Clearly, people come together to accomplish big projects, because every single one of those, of course, the Capitol's been around for a long time, but the others were things that really are a collaboration in individual instances or collectively between maybe a private individual, government, nonprofit, corporations, whatever the case may be. It's very clear, it was clear to me then, and has become even more clear to me as I've been welcomed into this community, that this is a place that gets things done. And of course that continues. I had the recent privilege of serving on the campaign committee for the new skate park under Angela and Christine Hensley's leadership. And we went from a goal of about $3 million to now over $6 million with all of those funds raised. And so we're going to have not only the biggest, but certainly the best skate park in the country. And that's just one example of the way that entities, people come together to get big things done. And that's why we're gathered today to make an announcement about entities, individuals coming together to get something big done. And I know that before it's complete, as we pursue this opportunity and bring it to fruition, before it's complete, we'll have many others participating in this project with us. And so it'll be just another example of Des Moines, Iowa, imagining something big and getting it done. So with that tease, I'll now turn the podium over to Dr. Tom Ahart, the superintendent of Des Moines Public Schools. Tom has held that position since 2013. We all know him. We all greatly respect his leadership. We know, because we see it not only in his actions, but he speaks to it constantly, that every decision he makes is all about what's best for the students in Des Moines Public Schools. And he executes on that every day with his team and with the teachers and educators throughout this community to great effect. And so I have a great admiration for him, and love the fact that he is a Drake Bulldog.
That's right.
And here's just a Drake Bulldog kind of coming back to his institution and 2 times over and finding a way to collaborate. We're very appreciative of that. So Dr. Tom Ahart.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Martin. I'd also like to point out the board chair of Des Moines Public Schools, who's with us today, Cindy Ellsburn. Thanks for being here, Cindy. The relationship between Des Moines Public Schools and Drake University goes back more than 100 years, if you can believe that. In 1907, when voters in Des Moines went to the polls to support the creation of Des Moines Public Schools, one of the leading advocates was the then president of Drake University, Hill Bell. You could say that Drake was present at the very creation of our school district. And over the years, we have worked together in ways big and small to support both students and educators across Des Moines and well beyond. For example, and I see Jan McMahill, Dr. McMahill, Dean of the School of Education here at Drake, has been an important partner in our work with the Wallace Foundation. Des Moines Public Schools is a proud participant in a major initiative from the Wallace Foundation, the Principal Supervisor Initiative, and Dean McMahill and her colleagues in the School of Education have been an important partner with us in that nationally leading work in improving principal leadership. Our two institutions have developed a one-of-a-kind master's degree, a Master's of Science in Education and Culturally Responsive Leadership, specific to our groundbreaking Blue teacher contract to meet the specific needs of Des Moines Public Schools teachers. There is literally not a month in the year that goes by when DMPS students are not already on campus at Drake University, from events such as our poetry slams to Special Olympics events, and of course, we invade Drake University in the Knapp Center on graduation weekend with thousands of graduates every spring. And for the past dozen years, Drake Stadium has served as the home field for the Roosevelt High School football team. Today, we are excited to announce a potential new chapter in our relationship, the DMPS Community Stadium at Drake University. If approved by both schools' governing boards, this stadium would be the new home field in Des Moines, providing a competitive venue for both high school and middle school football and soccer, as well as on-campus venue for the Bulldogs soccer teams. As superintendent, I believe in our students. I also strongly believe that our students in Des Moines deserve school spaces, the best school spaces, from classrooms to artistic venues to athletic facilities that are as good as any place in Iowa. And today's announcement is a big step in our ongoing work toward realizing that goal, to becoming the model for urban education in the country. Building on this historical relationship with Drake, this partnership is an efficient and effective way to develop an exciting venue that will serve thousands of students each year, from our middle school activities and high school sports on through to college athletics. Over the past decade, we have spent tens of millions of dollars to improve our school facilities throughout Des Moines. During that time, we have aggressively pursued improvements to building security, to climate control, to energy efficiency, improving classroom spaces, and performing arts venues. And while it has been a need and a growing need, we have not made an investment in a new athletic facility, not because the need was not identified, but because we have not had the right opportunity. Well, that right opportunity is here. By partnering with Drake, we are not only building on the relationship, the legendary relationship between our two educational institutions, we are adding to the positive developments here on campus and in this neighborhood. For our school district, we must maintain 4 high schools with stadiums and 1 without, and this is an efficient and an effective plan to provide thousands of Des Moines students with access to a first-class facility and to bring more of them onto a university campus on a regular basis. Also a very important part of our mission. This new stadium, to be located immediately to the east of where we are right now, would be a 4,000-seat facility designed for both football and soccer. The initial plans call for a $19.5 million budget. Des Moines Public Schools would provide $15 million through our sales tax revenue dedicated to school facilities, known as SAVE, and Drake University will be conducting a fundraising effort for the remainder. On top of that, Drake University would be donating land for the stadium site to the school district, as well as manage and operate the stadium once completed. The Des Moines School Board will be considering formal action to move forward with the project at its upcoming meetings. The plans call for the stadium to open, believe it or not, by the summer of 2021. As exciting as the announcement of this potential project is to me, it is only important because of what it means for our students. From football and soccer players to marching band members to cheerleaders, we are working hard to provide you with the home field that you deserve. I want to thank Dr. Marty Martin, Brian Harden, and everyone here at Drake working with us to create this opportunity. And I want to thank all of you for being here. And with that, as the old saying goes, a picture, or a moving picture in this case, is worth 1,000 words. So if approved by both institutions' boards, I am pleased to provide you with a first look at the DMPS Community Stadium at Drake University.
Well, that's a tough act to follow. It is truly, it's a great day to be a Bulldog, but it is really a great day to be a polar bear and a rail splitter and a scarlet and a rough rider and a husky. It's a great day to be a member of this Des Moines community. This is truly a historic moment, not just for the city of Des Moines and for Des Moines Public Schools, for the Drake neighborhood, for Drake University, but also for Drake Athletics. You know, I have the distinct privilege of overseeing our great athletics department, and we take tremendous pride in being Des Moines' hometown team. And we will be even more proud when we are able to move into this exceptional new community stadium when it is built and fully operational. We have some members of our women's soccer team that are here today. Our men's soccer team is playing over in Chicago right now in the opening round of the Missouri Valley Conference Tournament. And I had the privilege of speaking to and informing both of our teams yesterday morning of this exciting announcement, and then asking them to stay off social media for the next 30 hours so that Superintendent Ahart could share the news, the exciting news here today. But I wish all of you could have been in the room yesterday morning to see the excitement and happiness on their faces when we rolled this video and answered questions about this new stadium. Keep in mind that our soccer teams this year played in 5 different venues. We played down at County, we played in 3 area high schools, and down at Simpson College. That's not the kind of first-class experience that we promise our Division I athletes when they come in the door here. But we have an opportunity here to create one of the best stadiums in the country, and how proud that we would be to call it home and have it be right here on the campus of Drake University, where it would benefit so many in our community. I want to take a moment to thank President Martin, Superintendent Ahart for their leadership here. You know, a moment kind of sticks out in my memory of when we had a conversation this summer, and there was a group of us in Marty's office, and we were talking through just what a partnership could look like, and what were the challenges, what were the opportunities that existed. And after going back and forth for a while, Tom succinctly said at the end that he just looked around the room and said, I think we've got a real opportunity here to do something very special for our community. Fast forward many months later, and here we are. And Tom, you're right. We are on the precipice of doing something truly special for our community together. So thank you for your leadership in this. I'd be remiss if I didn't point out a few colleagues of mine, teammates of mine, if you will, since it's a sporting day for us. But Michelle Huggins and Vanessa Macro, Patrick Tomka, Adam Voights have been just fabulous throughout this entire process and continue and will need to be, because we have a lot more work still left to be done here. But thank you for what you guys have done here to be just fantastic team members and helping us get to this point here today. The first person, though, that I talked about this project with many months ago was Bill Good. And Bill is the COO for the Des Moines Public Schools. And I didn't know Bill before. I actually was introduced to him through a third party. And what I've learned from my interaction with Bill is that he is one of the most, one of the brightest, caring, and someone that you can, that's trusting and is so compassionate towards the needs of the students in Des Moines Public Schools. In every conversation that we had along the way, whether it was one-on-one or whether it was a group of people, he would always talk about how the opportunity we had here was to make an impact in the lives of the next generation of students that live in Des Moines, the impact that we can have on the community here. And I appreciated Bill and how he would always frame that, whether for myself or for others in the room. Bill, thanks for your vision on this. This stadium will be built because of you, and we thank you for your vision, but also for your moral compass that always kept our progress on the proper path. When this gets done, I cannot wait to be there with you, and I'm not sure if you'll be running out of the tunnel like the teams will that day, but it'll be a great moment to share with you, and I sincerely hope that happens here in the not-too-distant future. We at Drake Athletics are so proud to be part of this project. As I mentioned before, there are still many more steps, many more things that have to accomplish before we cut a ribbon on anything here. But make no mistake about it, today is a great day to be a Bulldog, and today is a great day for current and future students in the Des Moines Public Schools, and today most certainly is a great day for the city of Des Moines and our great community here. But our best days are still ahead of us. And I'm so excited to be part of this project and cannot wait, because the impact that this stadium, this community stadium, will have is truly immense. Thank you all for being here and helping us celebrate this historic announcement.
I just love that video. You can just imagine how many times I'm going to be showing that to everybody I can. Thank you, Dr. Ahart. Thank you, Brian. As we've been speaking, our crowd has grown a little bit. I want to acknowledge Mayor County. Thank you, sir, for being here. Councilman Chris Coleman, thank you for being here as well. And another member of the school board, Rob Barron. Thank you for coming also. If I could, in my closing remarks, let me go back to kind of my first encounter, early in my encounter with Drake University. It's when I was announced in January of 2015. So I came for my interview in December, was announced in January, and we had the formal, if you will, unveiling in the reading room in Cole's Library, and then they took me into the gallery just off to the side for a press conference. And I was asked a question during that press conference of what does it mean for Drake University to be in Des Moines, Iowa? And my response then is the same response I give right now. It is that we are of this place, that we are of this place. We are in the Drake neighborhood, we're in the city of Des Moines, and we, as any way that we can, consistent with mission, resources, and competency, are going to use our efforts to lift up the lives of others. We've got a wonderful example of this right across the street. The Gregory and Susie Glazer-Burt Boys and Girls Club. Jody Worth, CEO of Boys and Girls Club of Central Iowa, is here with us today. A wonderful example of that kind of collaboration. This is another one of those. This is exactly another one of those. One of the things that I've spoken to many times about the Boys and Girls Club that I love is that when you walk around this campus, maybe not right now, it's so darn cold, but when it's not so cold, when you walk around this campus at around 3:30 in the afternoon, you hear playground noise. You hear that screaming of children, which is just a beautiful sound. Just imagine that amplified now in this stadium. Middle school kids playing soccer, high school kids playing football, college kids playing soccer, and everything else that will go on there. It's exactly the same kind of collaboration with many, many of the same outcomes, transforming lives and strengthening communities. So really excited to be a part of this. I want to thank all of you for being here. We've got a little reception to follow, so please hang around for that and enjoy conversation. Make sure you look at the pictures. Maybe we'll even play the video again if I can twist somebody's arm. And to the members of the media, thank you for being here today. We're available for your questions. Thank you very much.